Aries, for you this lunar eclipse will take place in the 12th house. It is a secluded house. It's a house of seclusion. It is a house where a lot of psychological cleansing and emotional processing takes place. So with this lunar eclipse in the 12th house, it is possible that you might go on a retreat. 12th house also represents hospitals. Maybe you would like to have some, diagnostics, because 12th house is a house of mystery. With Neptune being in the 12th house, it adds additional mystery, lack of clarity. One thing to be mindful of is when you have Neptune in the 12th house, and if you're planning any surgeries, it's best to postpone it and not do any surgeries unless they are urgent, sudden medical intervention. Then, of course, by all means, do that. But if it is something that you can change, it's best to wait until after 2nd of October, after the solar eclipse. It's best to wait for 1 week after the 2nd of October. So going back to the 12th house representing hospitals and any kind of like diagnostics that you wanted to do, get a second opinion because Neptune makes everything foggy. So go to another doctor, see what they say, and do not make any conclusions until after 2nd of October. There is a tremendous amount of healing energy that will be initiated with this lunar eclipse, with this full moon in Pisces for you Aries, and it will be unfolding over the next 2 years. This new cycle will be unfolding until August 2026. So it might be some form of healing, miraculous healing. You might be cured from something, or it is a positive like psychic transformation where you make tremendous difference in the way that you were before when you entered this cycle, and how you will come out of it in 2 years. Now, this full moon makes also a harmonious aspect with a grand minor trine. So with a minor grand trine configuration between Pluto and Uranus. Uranus in the second house indicates that there is a potential windfall. So a good news where you might be receiving money. Pluto in the 10th house, it's about power and money, and also once again it is supporting Uranus. Given that Pluto and Uranus are in earth signs, these are the signs of manifestation, very monetary signs. So you can realize the gains and you can see the tangible results from the efforts that you've put in the past, and the efforts that you will put in starting with this full moon in Pisces on the 17th of September. My dear Cancerians, for you this lunar eclipse will play out in the 9th house, representing international travel, higher education, any immigration or visa related paperwork. So if you started something and you're waiting on that final decision, it will be a good outcome because this is supported by Pluto and Uranus, positive energy from these two planets. And also, given that Pluto is in the 9th house, potentially you might sign some kind of a contract that will require you to start working overseas, moving overseas, or there will be frequent interaction with people from other countries. With Uranus, planet of surprises, being in the 11th house, you might meet somebody new who will be incredibly supportive and helpful for you in your journey that will commence with this full moon lunar eclipse, because it will be a 2-year cycle lasting until August 2026, and there is a lot of positive energy supporting where you are right now and related to international travel or completing your higher education. So that can come to a culmination, since full moons are about release and culmination and celebrations. So you might be celebrating something, given once again that Uranus is in the 11th house, and the 11th house is all about celebrations. Another way it can play out for you Cancers is that you might start travel more often, international travel that is, or you might have clients that are overseas, because 9th house is all about international travel and foreigners, foreign people, interacting with foreign people. Libras, for you, this lunar eclipse will be in the 6th house. Now, 6th house can represent your health. It can also represent your 9 to 5, your daily grind, things that you do every day. Now, with full moons, it's about endings, culminations, celebrations. Given it is in the 6th house, which can represent your work environment, maybe one of your team members could depart your team, or you might need to say goodbye to somebody who you work with, or it can be somebody who's helping you around the house that they need to move somewhere else. It could also mean that you are looking into your health more and you are trying to find a resolution to an ongoing issue. With Saturn being right there next to this full moon, Saturn represents bones, specifically knees, specifically teeth. So you might want to take care of your teeth and go to a doctor. You might also feel like you need to take better health of your emotional state too. So going on a retreat, doing yoga, breath work, and supporting yourself physically and emotionally as well. With Neptune being conjunct this full moon, be careful with any kind of diagnostics, and it's best to get a second opinion, because Neptune introduces kind of like foggy situations. And there's lack of clarity. It can make things murky. So if somebody tells you this is the condition that you have, or this is a diagnosis, it is recommended that you take a second opinion from someone else. There's also supportive energy for you, Libras, from the minor grand trine configuration. So with Pluto in the 4th house, it means that you might receive some support from a powerful relative that will be supporting you either financially or providing you some kind of real needed support. And also with Uranus in 8th house, there might be sudden news about something, or once again financial support all of a sudden that you didn't expect that you might receive, that will help you on this new journey. Capricorns, this lunar eclipse is in the 3rd house for you. 3rd house represents communication, networking, social media, short distance trips, your siblings, your neighborhood, kind of your community. So with full moon lunar eclipse being in the 3rd house, you might be completing your project. You might be launching your social media presence where you can present and speak your mind and share your expertise, your ideology with the world. Now, in addition to that, this full moon is conjunct Neptune. Neptune is all about creativity. So it's your way and your ability to show your creative expression. This full moon is forming a positive harmonious sextile with Uranus in the 5th house. And 5th house is, once again, it's about artistic expression. Potentially you might start a creative project that will culminate into another way of you making money, so like an alternative source of income. This lunar eclipse starts a 2-year cycle, so it's unfolding, and you will see more of the results until August 2026. You will be seeing the fruits of your labor. Saturn is very close, it's making a conjunction with this full moon. So Saturn is all about structure, perseverance, and determination, and seeing the results in this tangible world, manifesting things, actually, not just living your dream, but seeing the results. And with Pluto supporting you on your journey, there might be such a transformation to you, to your persona, the way that people see you when you present to the world, when you present and speak with this world, that it will be highly rewarding. 3rd house is also about short trips, so you might be traveling. If you take on that new project, you might meet a potential romantic interest while you are traveling. It is also about cars, so you might get a car, you might get your driver's license if you don't have a car. It looks like a potentially really rewarding 2-year cycle for you, Capricorn.